Welcome to the Science of Hockey, the podcast where we break down the science behind ice hockey. I'm the analyst, your host, and every week we explore the data, research, and evidence that shape how we play, train, and understand the game of hockey. From biomechanics to performance psychology, we take you beyond the rink and into the research lab, giving you insights that go beyond hearsay and into what really makes the difference on the ice. Whether you're a player, a coach, a parent, or just someone passionate about the sport, we're here to bring you scientifically backed information in a language that's friendly and easy to understand. So grab your skates and let's dive into the science of hockey. Hello, hockey enthusiasts. This is the Science of Hockey with your host, the analyst. In this episode, we explore how rest duration impacts sprint skating performance in ice hockey. Stay tuned for insights that could reshape your training strategies.
Welcome to your deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at how rest time impacts a hockey player's ability to do those crazy repeated sprints you see in a game.
Yeah, these researchers wanted to find out how that rest time really affects things.
Yeah.
You know, they took some professional hockey players from a top league in Poland.
Wow. So real deal athletes then.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And they put them through these specific tests.
Not just skating around.
No, this was the repeated sprint skating ability test. They call it the RSSA test.
RSSA, okay. I'm tired just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. They're designed to be like those bursts of energy you see in a game. They had the athletes complete 6 sets of 80-meter sprints.
6 sets?
6 sets, 3 sprints in each set.
Oh, wow.
So we're talking skating forward, backwards, stopping, turning, like all the stuff you see in a real game.
Okay, so picture this. You're flying down the ice, got to slam on the brakes, pivot, and then do it again and again.
Brutal. Exactly. Now here's where it gets interesting. They had the players do all this with 2 different rest periods in between sets. They had a 2-minute rest and a 3-minute rest.
So, are we talking less rest equals faster recovery, kind of like the no pain, no gain thing?
Well, not exactly. The group that had the 3-minute rest, they were actually significantly faster in almost every set.
Really? So more rest equals faster skating? Huh. I wouldn't have guessed that.
It's all about finding the balance, right, between pushing those limits, but also letting your body recover so you can perform.
So maybe there's more to this whole rest thing than I thought. But this is the deep dive, right? So we got to go deeper. Did they, look into what was happening inside their bodies during these tests?
Oh, they did. They measured heart rate, blood lactate levels. They even measured, how the players perceived how hard they were working. They used something called the Borg's CR10 scale.
Borg's CR10 scale? That sounds kind of scary.
Think of it as like a scale from 1 to 10 for how tired you feel. You know, like your huff and puff meter. 1 being you're just chilling on the couch and 10 being, about to pass out.
Okay, I get it. So they got all that hard data, plus how the players felt. What'd they find? Were the players with longer rest just hanging out, feeling totally fine?
They did report feeling less tired, and their average heart rate was lower.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, more rest, less stress. Seems pretty straightforward.
Well, until you look at those blood lactate levels, the group that had more rest actually had higher lactate levels after the test.
Wait, higher? I thought lactic acid, that's what makes your muscles burn, right? Isn't that a bad thing?
It's not that simple, actually.
Sure.
While lactate buildup can contribute to feeling tired, it can also be a source of fuel.
Fuel?
Yeah, particularly during those high-intensity activities. And in this case, those higher levels for the guys who rested longer, it actually suggests that they were able to push harder.
Because they were better rested.
Exactly.
Huh.
Their bodies were able to use that lactate as fuel more efficiently.
So it's not about trying to, avoid lactate altogether. It's about understanding what it means and how it fits in.
Exactly. Think of it like a turbo boost. But to use it, you need those rest periods.
I'm starting to see how this research, it really kind of challenges that whole no pain, no gain mentality.
Right.
Maybe it's not just about pushing to exhaustion every time, but finding those zones where you can actually recover and maximize your effort.
Exactly. That's a great insight. This study shows that sometimes strategic rest can lead to bigger gains than just going all out all the time. It's like we're changing how we think about training smart, This research shows that rest is important. You get that rest can make a real difference.
Yeah, this is making me think about my own workouts. I'm definitely one of those push hard all the time kind of people, but maybe I need to think about recovery more.
It's something a lot of people miss. We think of rest as just sitting around. But there's so much you can do, active recovery strategies that help your body bounce back faster and stronger.
Active recovery? What is that? Am I like doing jumping jacks during rest breaks?
No, nothing like that. It's more like gentle movements to get your blood flowing and flush out, all that stuff your body produces during a workout.
Oh, okay. So like light jogging, stretching, that kind of thing.
Yeah, foam rolling, too. Don't forget about those basics. Good food and water.
Right, of course.
That's huge for recovery.
Yeah.
You need to give your body the right stuff to rebuild.
That's a good point. I always think about like calories in and calories out.
Yeah.
But maybe what I'm eating is important too.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to replenish those electrolytes, especially after a hard workout.
It's all making sense now. Like my body's a machine. You got to take care of it, right?
Exactly. You can't expect to perform if you don't maintain the machine, right? Like this research with the hockey players, it shows how those breaks, how the recovery strategies, they're super important.
It's weird, right? We always think that pushing to the limit means progress. But maybe sometimes stepping back is how we move forward.
It's like that saying, slow down to speed up. It's not always about going full throttle. It's about finding that sweet spot.
This deep dive is seriously making me rethink my training. I feel like I've got a lot to learn about prioritizing recovery.
I think you'd be surprised what a difference it makes, even small changes.
So for people like me who always want to go hard, where do we start? How do we get better at recovery?
Be intentional about it.
Yeah.
Don't just crash on the couch. Try some stretching, a walk, foam rolling, whatever feels good. Listen to your body.
It's about changing our mindset, right? Not just powering through, but like powering up, giving ourselves what we need to recover.
Exactly. It's a different way to think about training, but the payoff can be huge.
This was about hockey players, but it feels like it applies to everyone, anyone who wants to get fitter.
For sure. Doesn't matter if you're running marathons, hitting the gym, anything. That balance between pushing yourself and recovery, it's crucial.
Makes you think, in our culture, we don't really value rest. We're all about pushing harder, never giving up.
Yeah, but rest isn't weakness. It's part of getting stronger.
Working smarter, not just harder. In this study, it shows how even something as simple as changing your rest time can make you better.
Makes you wonder, are we missing out on gains because we don't focus on recovery enough?
We always think that to see results, we got to push ourselves as hard as we can, every single time.
But this research, it's saying there might be a better way, a smarter way,
Yeah.
a more sustainable way.
Yeah, like maybe taking that extra rest day or just a longer break between sets, maybe that's what helps us reach that next level.
That's it, right? It's the little things.
Okay.
And it's not about being lazy. It's about working smart,
Yeah.
giving our bodies the time to, actually get stronger.
It's about strategy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what really got me in this study? That Borg scale, remember? The huff and puff thing?
Yeah, the exertion scale, I'm starting to get it now.
So they looked at those scores
Right.
and compared them to the other stuff they measured.
Okay, but what'd they see?
The group with the longer rests, even though their lactate was higher, they said they felt less tired.
So their bodies were working harder, but they didn't feel it as much.
Yeah. It's like, it shows that fatigue isn't just physical. Our minds play a big part too.
So we got to rest our minds too, not just our muscles.
It's all connected, right?
Yeah.
Like when you're stressed, even a short workout feels impossible.
Oh, tell me about it. Some days I can barely walk up the stairs.
Exactly. So maybe we need to think about mental recovery too, just as much of the physical stuff.
Okay, so what does that look like? Like, are we meditating in between sets now?
Not necessarily. It's just about finding what helps you de-stress. Reading, music, being outside, just taking a few deep breaths.
This is blowing my mind. Seriously, I never thought about how much my mental state could affect my workouts and how well I recover.
We gotta look at the big picture, right? Fitness isn't just about pushing limits. It's about feeling good, taking care of ourselves.
I love that. It's about finding that balance so we can keep going in and out of the gym.
This whole thing with lactate, I think we've been too hard on it. It's not just a bad guy,
It's gotten a bad rap.
Yeah. Remember, those hockey players who rested more? Their lactate was higher, but they performed better.
So maybe sometimes what we think is bad is actually like a good sign.
Our bodies are pretty amazing. They adapt. You push yourself, you get stronger. And lactate, maybe it's just a signal, letting us know we're working hard.
This whole deep dive, it's been amazing. I feel like I've learned so much about rest, about recovery. I'm definitely changing how I train.
That's what it's all about, right? Finding that balance between pushing hard and letting yourself recover.
This study, it was just about hockey, but the lessons, they apply to everyone.
Absolutely.
So to everyone listening, think about how you rest, how you recover. Are you taking care of yourself, both physically and mentally? What little changes can you make?
Don't be afraid to try new things.
And remember, sometimes you gotta slow down to speed up. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, stay active, and most importantly, stay rested.
It's been great chatting with you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Science of Hockey. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to share it with your friends, teammates, or anyone who loves hockey as much as you do. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment to let us know what you liked, what you'd like to hear next, or any questions you have. Your feedback helps us make the show even better. Until next time, keep your skates sharp, your mind open, and keep chasing the science behind the game.